The slab is loaded, folks. It's loaded. Clamp it down. Oh, by the way, I'm finding that these Festool clamps work phenomenally well. Phenomenally well. Get a bunch of shims in there. It's pretty important, I'm finding. 3 in that end. Yeah, this thing's pretty warped. Pretty warped, I said. You listening? Gosh. Find the high point. I can do this kind of just by eyeballing it. It's that corner over there. You have no idea how badly I want to strip naked and roll around in this. Probably leave that for my own personal video collection. Sorry to disappoint. Good and flat. Good and flat. Gotta take this section off. Couldn't quite reach it. Reached my travel limit there. I'll just cut that off. Flip it over. Do the other side. Bada bing! That's what I say. I don't know why, but these logs, they were like all smashed up on the outside. See this? There's like huge cracks. So I gotta peel all that stuff off. See, it just tears off. I gotta get all that loose stuff off before I can start shaping the edge. Now, you son of a bee! Oh! I probably could find some better tools for this. I don't know. What would I use? I'm gonna start shaping the edge now. Probably a little 40 grit flat disc. Alright, now I just have to shape this edge and make it look cool. This edge, gotta give it some cool shape. Make it look natural. Well, since it's Mother's Day, I figured I'd swing into the folks' gravesite. They were buried here together, and pay my respects. Rest in peace, Ma. You too, Pa. My parents were Mennonites. Legally. Spiritually, I have no idea. Here I am. Bet you didn't even see me back there. You know, hanging out in this here graveyard has really got me thinking about death. And pasta for some reason. Can we get a little wind so the friggin' branches will move? You know, is there any wind? It's windy out. Are those branches moving? No. Still, just like everyone else here. Well, that concludes my jaunt to the cemetery. I paid my respects to my folks and a few others that I know here. Got some good footage, but it's time to get back to work. You can't be out messing around all day long, you know. The work never ends. I'll see you shortly. See, since I got the slab mill taking up my workbenches there, temporarily, I am gonna have to work on the old centipede. It's a good old bench. Nice Baltic birch top, heavy duty, built for working. Baltic birch, you hear me? The good stuff. So I have the edge shaped. I think it's pretty cool looking. After I got rid of all that loose stuff, and I hit it with various tools of destruction. One of them being this, I have it handy, so I'll show you. Little Milwaukee die grinder, right angle, with some, or these 3M block. I make all sorts of different attachments for this little guy. And just thread on simply. Very cool tool. I recommend it. I was hitting with this, I was hitting with all sorts of stuff. Now I'm gonna hit it, I'm gonna actually clean it up and sand it because it's very rough. There's a lot of sanding marks. So I'm gonna use the good old Rotex 150 with this big thick interface pad and some 80 grit sandpaper. This allows me to conform to the surface, so you don't want to do that on the pad. It can ruin the pad. You want to use, they make some thinner ones too, I think. I've doubled them up sometimes. I've done a lot of crazy stuff. I'm a madman. Oh, excuse me. I just kind of little bile came up there. I just had a pound of liver for lunch. Liver and onions. It's still digesting it. It's going pretty well. I think I'm going to need a couple other additional sanding tools to get into all these recesses, but that was the 80 grit. That's working pretty well. You can see I'm rolling around. Work smarter, not harder. I got my chair, my rolly chair. Yeah, I'm going to keep at it here, and I'll discover something to get into these recesses. I might just have to get some sanding sponges or something. I got a lot of sanding stuff. I'll figure it out. Well, I'm chewing up my pad pretty bad here. Look at this. Just like the pad, though. I had to order some more. I might be going through a lot of these. But now, this is making a nice hand sanding accessory. You really gotta get all the scratches out of there because this is, I started with 80 grit, now I'm at 100. But you gotta get all the scratches out because when you put that finish on, it's gonna be like as obvious as it's gonna be as obvious as an Eskimo at the beach. That's just the way it is. So I'll probably take this up to, I don't know, probably 180. I think 180, it's usually pretty good. I mean, I'd like to go 220, might as well, I guess, if I'm gonna go to 180. So I'll just keep at it here and touch base in a few hours. Just continuing on with the hand sanding, what I'm trying to do here. By the way, if you're gonna be a woodworker to any level, you better get used to sanding because you're gonna be doing a lot of it. And I know people skimp when they sand. You gotta sand things. If you're putting a nice clear finish on, you gotta get up to 220, man. You gotta get rid of all those scratches, especially when you use these nice oil wax top of the line finishes. They're very unforgiving, meaning you're gonna see everything. It's not like polyurethane that just covers and fills everything. And that looks not good. It's got its uses, but I don't think it has any use being on a table or furniture. What I'm trying to do here is make this look like a natural, like this is just how the tree was. That's why I got to get rid of all these scratches and like from the grinder and everything. It doesn't look very natural. I don't care about like the gouges and stuff. I think that looks cool. I just don't want it to look like it was done by a tool. That's the process, you know, it just takes a little time, that's all. Take it up to 220 so it's good and smooth all over. You gotta put the time in to get the results, okay? Again, I don't mind the dents and stuff. I think that looks kind of cool. You can't really see any of this. I had to get my light here. Very helpful. I need to get it on a stand of some kind. I think I'm gonna give the RTS 400 a try here with their thin little interface pads, some 100 grit. Great little sander. Get yourself one. Go on, get yourself one now, you hear me? You won't regret it. Oh yeah. This might be the key here. This might be the key. Because it's not rotary, so it's not as aggressive, but I can get it into little spots. This is a, call this an orbital sander. It just goes, Alexa, that type of thing. I think it's gonna work. I figured it out. So with the grinder and the die grinder, I really took, I gave it like the broad shape. And as I go here, each grit just kind of refines it a little bit more, and there's less shaping. So 80, 100 grit, you're still shaping it like 120. And then when you get to 150, it's less and less, obviously, as you go up. So just kind of gets more and more refined as you go. I'm just kind of getting this stuff out of here. Still some loose stuff in this big cavity here. This big cavity. So yeah, it's coming out nice. That was 120 on to 150. Just keep going. Keep going till the work is done, as they say. As I say. That's what I say. Keep going till the work is done. And then keep going. Well, there it is. Sanded to 220. Everything. Oh yeah, it's looking nice. That's looking real nice. This is pointless. You can't see anything. Trust me, it's nice and smooth. It's beautifully smooth, the whole thing. Now, last thing I'm gonna do here, this is how I do this last, break this top edge all the way around with 220. So I'll just come around and break that edge. That way it's not sharp, and it'll take a finish better. On this week's episode of CCNN Investigates, we go deep undercover to discover just who in the hell has been emptying their dust collector in the backyard. Join us tonight at 10 to find out. There's a lot of crap here, folks. I don't think you understand. This here is pine. This here is a mixture of pine and oak. That over there, that's just MDF. Explains why that half of the yard is dead. This is some nice stuff here. It is really nice. See, look, this is why you gotta have the helical cutter heads. Look at that, huh? Makes these, oh, you can't even see it. Makes these beautiful little shavings. Beautiful. It's just beautiful. All right. I gotta get back to the studio. I got some paperwork to do. Paperwork, yeah, I got some work to do. You know, it's not easy running a wood business, and then a news network on top of that. It's a lot of work. I'm not in the shop or the studio. I'm out doing investigative work. I have been struggling with these guide rails standing up for years now. And I've seen these before, but I came across them recently and I picked them up. The Fast Cap Track Rack. I'm installing it on the garage door here with my favorite 3M VHB tape. Check it out. This is incredible. Boomski. Out of the way, locked in place. One of the few Fast Cap products I can recommend. Now I gotta get another one up there. I'm thrilled with it. Look at that. VHB, baby, ain't going nowhere. Falls off. I'm made to look a fool. All right. It was fun, but I gotta get back to work. VHB, I love you, VHB. Oh, I love you, VHB, but peeling the backing off of you is difficult. It is difficult. Get the backing off, you gotta use a knife. You know I gotta have everything perfect, right? 4, what does that say? And 5/16, I think. Yeah. Gotta get it plumb. Don't piss me off, get it plumb. Get it centered, get it plumb. Give it a good push with that VHB. It's pressure sensitive, pressure activated. And it's just like instantaneous. It's so much better than all the other cheap mounting tapes. They're okay. This stuff's on a whole nother level. It's an industrial product. Gets my thumbs up. Yes! Boom. Another, let's see, how should I say this? Another fantastic shop upgrade. All right, I really do gotta get back to work now. This is how the shot will be framed. Me leaning on the slab. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, it's sanded to 220 grit, the whole thing. It is just smooth as a baby's nostril, I'll tell you what. I'm loving it, I'm liking it. It smells good. Oh yeah, reminds me of my days in the military. So, it's time to put the finish on. I sanded it. I just said that. I mean, I vacuumed it. Probably wipe it with a rag, but I think I got most of the dust. And I will be using, I've wanted to try this for a long time, and I'm finally doing it. Good old Rubio Monocoat. This is the pure, so it's a clear finish. It's a 2-component system. This is the oil wax, and there is the accelerator. Let me show you that. Not that you care. There it is, component B, the accelerator. I've never used this stuff, like I just said, so I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty happy with the results so far. Let me go. It's very smooth. These recesses are pretty cool, huh? It's just pine. It's looking nice. All right, I think I'll leave it there. All right, guys, I got the Osmo all mixed up here. 3 parts A, 1 part B. Hope I did this right. It has an apple-y smell. I don't know why. It smells like apple. I hope I mixed up enough. I don't want to make too much because this has a pot life, you know. Once you mix it up, it's only got a 6-hour life, 4 to 6 hours, it says. I'll just throw this away. What do you say? Just throw it in the trash. Rubio makes all their own special applicators and stuff. I didn't get any of that. I'm just going with the foam brush for this first go round. Usually these oil products go pretty far on a small amount, so watch me run out halfway through. That would suck. Let's just do this. Just do it. No more messing around. Oh, wow. It's really absorbing it. It's really dry. I'm screwed. I didn't make enough. There's no way this is going to be enough. I get these ends done too. It's really drinking it in. I really don't think I'm going to have enough. That's all right. It wasn't hard to mix. It's just hard to know the first time, you know? Trying to work pretty quick here. You're supposed to let it sit on the surface for like, it doesn't really say, 10 minutes maybe. You just don't want to let it dry. That's the deal. What? This is the table I'm working on. It's coming together. Yeah. These are those slabs that I've had in storage. That was Agnes, the Dutch philanthropist we let live here. Yeah. She does a little cooking, does a little cleaning. Does a little race car driving. I think I'm gonna have just enough, amazingly. I just gotta get this section here and that edge, both the edges. Oh, it's gonna be close, my friends. It's gonna be very close. I'm gonna have just enough. Just enough, my friends. Yes. Look at this. That's all I had left. A little bit. Well, I guess I'll start wiping this off. Take my advice. Despite a company's best efforts to describe how to use their product, you have to just try it for yourself. Because it's different everywhere. This product is made in Germany. Who knows what kind of weather they have in Germany? Who knows? Probably rains, you know, probably rains crepes or whatever. Or is that Dutch? Is that German? You know? Probably rains, who knows over there? Never been there. Probably rains men. Those Germans are weird. That's what I'm getting at. Basically, I'm just working this kind of like the Osmo finish. Just wipe it off until there's nothing left on the surface. No streaks, no anything. Gotta bring the light in, folks. I hit it from different angles. Hoping that this will be dry to the touch and not too long. Well, seeing as we're using a German finish and I'm done for now, Stuten Grafen. There's a pause trailer there. And that's mine. It gets the job done. It's all right. I might get something just a little bigger. You'd be surprised what I can haul with this, actually. It's very versatile. I mean, look, it's a tandem axle. You know? Got a safety rope on it in case things go haywire. Thick, nice thick sideboards on there. Get those things on good and thick. Deck boards, super sturdy. No tail lights, but it's not really necessary because you can see the vehicle's lights, so I think it'll be all right. Of course, you don't need a lot of trailer when you're towing it with this. But, you know, it works. I'm getting there. What an absolute nightmare this place is. Gotta get these. Gotta get these loaded up. Back on me. Back on with Papa. What do we got here? I think this is oak. Yeah, it's oak. This stuff is also twisted. It's crazy, man. Crazy stuff going on here. I think that's a good labeling system. It should work. A perfect fit. This is the only way we seem to get reception with the Dish Network. Yeah. I guess it bounces off the grass, this tall grass, and shoots up into the sky. And beams it down to the house. So I applied a second coat here. It was smooth enough. I decided not to sand it. This is the bottom, so it's just an experiment anyway. But it was feeling pretty nice, so I just went on with the second coat. Same process as the first. I'll get this wiped down, and we'll go from there. Well, I've finished the application of the finish, and I have to say, it's dried overnight. I am just not thrilled here. It's just not that impressive. I did 2 coats on the edges, which I sanded to 220, and they don't feel any different than the top, which I did 1 coat on, sanded to 220. It's smooth, but it's like there's not even a coating on it, really. So I don't know, I don't even know if I'm gonna do a second coat here. I might just chalk this up to a bad experience. It's not like the Osmo. The Osmo's better. I do believe this is a matte finish they sell it as, and I think they make a sheen enhancer that they sell you. You know, another product you gotta buy. This stuff's already wildly expensive, so based on this, I think I'm gonna stick with the Osmo. And I might actually try and put a layer of Osmo over this. They're both oil wax finishes. I don't know. That could be a huge mistake. I could be treading into some very, very dangerous territory, possibly life-threatening, possibly. But I'm gonna make that decision. Thanks for watching. On the next episode, I'm gonna get some legs on this. I'll make a decision on that finish, and I hope you'll join me. See you next time. I'm gonna walk off camera like this. I think that's dramatic, right? Cool.
Yo, like, the video's over, biatch. Go home.
I'll get you, Comedic Carpenter, if it's the last thing I ever do. Violation. 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 Violation!